This is the 9 of the channel's national kids cover. Get ready to start catching them young once again. Let's bring the guys that are with us in the studio to be part of the program. Joseph Mukuzu, good to have you back again.
Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. You know, NFA, due to the inadequacy, so many Nigerians have been fleeced of 500 naira times. So you can begin to imagine. Quite unfortunate. I believe I hope they will make a more solid arrangement for the game against Burkina Faso, so that we don't have a repeat of this. You know, so that smart people don't end up fleecing innocent Nigerians. Wow. It's quite unfortunate.
Wow.
Okay. Hope they get it right.
Alfred Okoligwe is also here. Alfred, good to have you around. Did you click on that link?
The moment it's not on the platform that I know about, I just left it. We're just fully proceedings on Twitter. Sometimes, you know, the anxiety, I got quite a number of calls yesterday. People were like, are you watching? People outside Lagos, are you watching? Where are you watching that? All of that. And I just didn't want to, because one you're not sure of, you don't want to get yourself involved, because somebody will now say, oh, it was Mr. ABC or D that introduced me to this. I didn't know of it until he, not knowing whether you are part of the plan or not, and just ignored it. And thank God, a lot of the comments coming from Twitter and the rest of them, the update from Twitter. When Nigeria went one goal, and I was like, hey, Ghana has not lost yet. Is it going to happen this one? But all that changed. I think a positive result for the Eagles. That's what we should be focusing on. And these other issues should
the other side of the story.
How could they have left that aspect?
We'll come back.
Well, let's leave that.
We'll come back to it. So that's the story. That international friendly game that was played at the Hive, home ground of Barnet FC in England, ended Nigeria 1, Senegal 1. You know the story. Musa Sow first scored for Senegal in about the 51st minute, and then Kelechi Iheanacho equalized for Nigeria through via the penalty spot in the 80th minute. Nigeria could have gone on to win it, but it didn't happen. It ended 1-1. Let's get on with the show now. We'll go back to that story later on the show. That's more than enough reason for you to walk with us. Information that you can use. The maiden edition of the Akwa Ibom State Youth Sports Festival is taking place as we speak. It's going to be a 5-day event. Alfred, another good one for grassroots sports development. When you see kids as this, the state government says, look, it's going to be long term. According to the governor, Emmanuel Udom, he says in 2024, they want to bring athletes from this sports festival that will represent this country. And I think that's a good way to dream.
It's good. Well, you know, when it comes to putting plans on ground, you know, just drawing up these plans and sounding very high and talking about these things, are we going to follow it through? That is all that matters. Creating a platform like this in a state for youth, because what it does is that it, you know, the coast is expanded. You now bring more people, you know, into the net, sort of, to see them. But what is most important is, what is the level of training you know the organizers of this thing have? Can they be able to spot out talent? And when they spot this talent, what do they do with these talents? Are they going to follow through with, you know, training these guys, nurturing and ensuring that they get to the top? For the purpose of media or something, you see somebody, that boy is talented or that girl is talented, and everybody waxing lyrical about that young chap. 3 years down the line, hey, come, where is that guy? Where is that guy you talked about 3 years ago? Nobody seems to know where that talent has gone to. But it's good that Akwa Ibom State. We know what in athletics, what happens in Akwa Ibom State all year round. But we yet to see that, you know, taking, you know, those programs, bringing athletes at the very, very top, at the elite level where they ought to be.
And Joseph, why I think we should really monitor these. Some good assurances came out of the state. They said it's going to be annually and that they will monitor these guys. But I love it. Primary and secondary school students, over 6,000 athletes. This one, the Minister for Youth and Sport, you saw him right there.
Solomon Dalong.
Solomon Dalong, you know, with the kids. They must support this to make it work. Definitely.
The minister has said that he's going to help them in the area of sponsorship, which is very, very crucial. He's going to help them in trying to bring the government in to ensure that things of this nature remain, and, you know, it is done annually, and as the state government have any necessary support required, you know, to make sure that it is sustained in terms of interest. You know, the ministry is going to help out in that. My own concern is that, fine, there are a lot of sports listed. You know, let us look at the ones that we know. we can get people who are very good at. And then do a follow-up on these people. Have a structure in place. As he said, that 3 years down the line, you might be looking for this in individuals, you might not find them. It might even get to a time where if you get this talented individual, they don't have to stay in Akwa Ibom. You could send them out, to get professional, assistants, go out, go and get more, exposure. These things will go a long way in ensuring that they maintain a very high standard, in terms of their quality of improvement over a prolonged period of time. So it's not just enough to just develop this talent. There should be professional plan in place to ensure that the talent is further improved upon. As he said, they plan to use them for the Olympics in 2024.
That's the long term.
That's the long term.
But you have to sustain.
No, let me just add. I happened to the first secondary school I attended had a games mistress that hated football. What did she do? No, I'm just drawing this this analogy. What did she do? She made everybody play handball, including yours truly. Wow. We learned the rules of the game. We played handball, not football. Every other school around us laughed at us. But what happened? 3 years down the line, GS students were playing in the finals of Lagos State Under 13.
Wow.
2003, when the All-African Games, when the All-African Games came to Nigeria, about 3 students from that school were playing in the national team.
Fantastic.
Take one, not 10 sports, not 11 sports.
That's right.
For a school,
give it attention.
Take one. Let everybody play. From there, let's start the selection process, and you get people who play.
I agree with you, Alfred and Joseph, because you mentioned that the South has shown some brilliance in athletics, track and field.
We focus on some sports.
This is for primary and secondary school students. You see some level of some guy that is exceptional. Hand him over to the Federation of Athletics. One guy that is doing so well in wrestling, call up Mr. Danny Gali and says, what can you do with this guy? He's still going to school, fantastic. Put him through the basis of going to school and nurturing his talents. That way, it's the same thing Serena Williams went through. The same thing Lewis Hamilton, name any big, Roger Federer. Today we're celebrating them.
As young as they were, 7 and 5, they were shaking hands with Jimmy Carter, then President Ronald Reagan, then President of the United States of America. Wow. Today, they are at the top of that sport. Just one. Concentrate on that one and let be the best out of it.
Yeah, so we love football in this country, and of course, football kickstarted events at the Akwa Ibom Youth Sports Festival. As you see there, Minister for Youth and Sports Solomon Dalong, he was there to also give support at the opening ceremony of the event. We'll continue to monitor that sports festival in Akwa Ibom State. Maybe by Monday, we'll compile everything that has been happening there, get more updates, and we'll bring it to you. We love what is happening. It's grassroots sports development. Let's get on with the show now. Sit tight, because this one worries us since the year 2012. That's the last time we heard about the National Sports Festival, ECO 2012 to be precise. And since then, it's been one talk to another. This is 2017, Alfred, 2017. And we still can't tell when the sports festival will be taking place. You
just have to wait for some time more, because the story of the National Sports Festival is the story of the country. We are passing through recession. Nobody wants this. Is like a poison.
And it's even supposed to be the 2014 edition.
2014 edition. We're in 2017. This is like a poison chalice. Nobody, no state administrator now wants to touch this. One, the bogus nature of this national sports festival makes it difficult if you want to host. But maybe 1 or 2 states in the country can confidently say they want to put their money. Would they be able to put that money? If it is National Sports Festival, it has to go out. For Cross River State, I'm sure the governor is not even interested in looking at that area. The last I heard was that between Abuja and Kano, they are looking for the ministry, perhaps take over the organizing the event, and nobody. So we need to do 2014 and then do 2016. No, I hope we catch up again. Whenever it comes, it becomes the edition. It becomes whenever we are ready to go about it. And Joseph, this worries us, because this used to be the pride of sports in this country. That was the platform for discovering and nurturing talents.
What's happening?
That strata definitely has been placed under suspension for economic reasons. We can't afford to, as he has said, run it at the moment. They can't, even if you look at the ministry now, their budget has been trimmed significantly. They cannot give as much support as they used to the federations, let alone, setting up, having something of, sport festival. It definitely, as it is now, it is something that is very, very difficult financially, almost impossible. To host. There's hardly a state that people can't pay salaries.
I want to understand.